Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the bright lights of the city of Spokane, otherwise known as Zagville. And it is game number 2 on the schedule tonight. Number 11, Gonzaga, hosting Eastern Oregon, the Mountaineers, out of NAIA, a tune-up of sorts. Welcome, court. Again, Richard Fox. What a start to the season the other night, Richard. There was some doubt about Gonzaga coming into the season. A lot of that was answered Friday night, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we're all going to look back in March and say that was a really good win for Gonzaga against Yale. This is a team, every year it feels like we have this turnover, but you think about the last 3 years, Gonzaga 90-11, despite all of the turnover. I think this year will be much of the same.
And Dan Dickow, the table is set. And the tempo is going to be the tempo, and it's going to be electric hot this year with Ryan Nembhard.
It's going to be fast, and it's going to be a point guard that you're going to learn is in control at all times. In his opener, his debut for the Zags, 16 points, 7 assists against only 1 turnover. I thought he was tremendous, pushing it on the dribble as well as the pass. And then you combine that with his patience to read the defense and make them pay for their mistakes in the half court, whether it's dribble penetration or pick and rolls. He was fantastic in his debut in a Zags uniform.
And Richard Fox, of course, we got a great point guard. A lot of attention was on Graham Ike coming into the season. He's great. He's going to be even better. But Braden Huff has put his name on the line, didn't he?
Yeah, kind of the mystery man after effectively redshirting all of last year. What a debut. Only Austin Dave, Jalen Suggs scored more in their debuts as freshmen, and you saw the full package against a really stout Yale team. 2 of 3 from behind the three-point line. You saw his ability to stretch the floor. 3 of those rebounds were offensive, and just his IQ, knows how to move without the ball. And more importantly, probably their best shot blocker defensively. Will have a real impact on that end, too.
Braden Huff, a star on the rise for Gonzaga. Final warm-up, and then it's off to Hawaii, the sunny skies and the beaches of Honolulu. Starting lineups, tip-off. Eastern Oregon, Gonzaga up next. Bang! And welcome back to beautiful Spokane, the Gateway Bridge, downtown Zagville. Beautiful night. No snow in that image yet, but trust me, ladies and gentlemen, it's coming. Old man winter around the corner. Here's tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Numerica Credit Union. Money answers for people who know Gonzaga does, in fact, exist. Plus, show your Bulldog pride with your Go Zags debit card, offered only at Numerica, federally insured by NCUA. Nembhard, Stromer, Hickman, Ike, and Watson. And for Eastern Oregon, keep an eye out on number 10, Malachi Aferwork. He's the junior out of Federal Way, Washington. And also, we'll see Garrett Hawks eventually come off the bench, scored 38 his last time out. Chris Kemp in his 3rd season, 39 and 27. And of course, the head coach of Gonzaga is Mark Few in his 25th year. Ranked number 11 and coming off a big win on Friday night against Yale. Greg Heister, Dan Dickow, Richard Fox. Tonight's keys of the game brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino, guys.
You know, from where I said, you've got to develop somebody for that 8th spot with Venters out. You know, when he was in the rotation, you had 4 and 4, 4 up front, 4 in the backcourt. They've got to find a 4th guy on the perimeter. Is that going to be June? Is that going to be Luka? I think tonight's a good opportunity to let both those guys get some run.
I think that leads into this being the final tune-up before the season gets real. Yale was a better game than I think a lot of people expected. Eastern Oregon, you'll have a tendency to gloss over this game, but it gets real in a hurry when they face Purdue in Hawaii in a few days.
Yeah, so it's a warm-up, and it's a chance to continue the work. So what is it that they got to work on, gentlemen, to put you on the spot here early?
Well, I think a big piece of what to work on today is just continuity within your offense, being in the right place at the right time, having great spacing, angles with your screening, and then on the defensive end, making sure you're in tune with your rotations.
Zags win the opening tip, and Richard, without Steele Venters, obviously, for the rest of the way, it's really plugged Dusty Stromer now into that starting lineup. Is it a transition for him in any way, knowing that when he started the season, he thought he was going to be kind of platooning with Venters, but now he's the guy?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to ask him to do as a starter is going to be much different or very different rather than what they were going to ask for him to do off the bench. Look, he's the fifth option. He's got to make plays off the ball. He's versatile enough to do that. And then defensively, I think he's more further along than most freshmen. I think for him, the transition is going to be fine, whether it be off the bench or starting.
Stromer into the paint, kick to the corner. Nembhard the drive. 4 on the shot clock, missed everything. Tip back. And it'll be Eastern Oregon basketball. It's number 2, A.J. Huddleston with it. Into the corner. Right away, they go down low, but the shot is missed by Muhammad. Ike with the clear. And now Hickman at the other end. Count the bucket. And a chance for 3 for Nolan Hickman.
I like the aggressive push and transition from Hickman. And right away, we see one of the rules changes in this offseason. Defender must be there before the upward motion goes. He was not there in time. Therefore, the offense gets the call. But push, finish through point play.
And Richard, last year, Nolan Hickman, obviously a McDonald's All-American coming out of high school, but he had 5+ assists. He's going to look to score more this year.
Yeah, he did a good job taking care of the ball, but it just never felt like he was comfortable. I think now being able to play off the ball, being the secondary ball handler, is really going to open things up for him as a scorer. That's really where he's most naturally gifted.
This is Huddleston to that far wing. Afelwork, number 10, with the basketball. Watson out to defend. Afelwork fell down, lost the grip. And it'll go to Gonzaga. Turnover number 1 on the Mountaineers. Anton Watson, here's Nembhard. What an explosive first game he had in the Gonzaga uniform on Friday night against Yale.
If there's any question whether or not Mark Few was comfortable with him as a point guard, he answered that by playing nearly the entire game.
Anton Watson going to work with his back to the basket.
Did you ever play 39 minutes plus in a game? And that
occasionally, but not in the opener.
That's
because usually it was a little bit more of a point spread in that opener. But yes, you're exactly right. Coach Few has given him the keys in a hurry.
This is Muhammad, handoff. Chandler and now Afelwork with 10 on the shot clock. And again, Watson out there on the ball. Hand off to Orr. Orr can shoot it. Shot inside, falls off the rim by Kamal Muhammad. Gonzaga on the move. Stromer, transition 3 short. Tipped out by Watson. Grabbed by Hickman. Nolan the drive, scoop with the left hand. Ike put back, won't go. Still loose. Ike got it again. Watson didn't catch it cleanly. He thought about the 3. And now Hickman from the far corner. Ike, another offensive rebound, his 3rd on this possession. Nembhard, Ike, and a flush. A whistle and a foul. And this will go against Eastern Oregon's Preston Chandler. That was excitement.
Well, they've been active on the offensive glass. Chandler again gets there late. Should have been a no call. Everybody wanted it to be a no call.
I just don't understand. It's like, what is a charge anymore?
Richard was quite upset before the opening tip about charge and block. He thinks it should be stripped from the game.
It's
Ike.
I'm putting my soapbox on the side. Second half, I'm available to discuss it if you'd like.
All right. I think Richard wants football out here is what he wants. I wouldn't blame him. Huddleston. Muhammad, oh, there's a quick trigger. Off the side of the glass. Rebound came right to Preston Chandler, and Eastern Oregon on the board.
How quickly Gonzaga gets the ball up the floor with the 2 guards.
Here's Watson. Shot is off. Huddleston the rebound. Zags 3 of 8 to begin. Huddleston trying to get it to the post and does. Muhammad, Ike's got him pinned. Muhammad tried to move him but couldn't. 13 on the shot clock. Afelwork. 4 on the shot clock. They're going to have to get it off. Chandler, well short. Ike grabs it. Zags defense shutting them down.
Yeah, that was tremendous pick and roll defense by both Hickman and Ike on that possession.
Nembhard Scoop won't go.
And Eastern Oregon likes to run similar offense to Gonzaga. Continuity ball screen. They'll disguise a few things to get shots for their three-point shooters, but you'll see a lot of backdoors and then throw into pick and rolls or dribble handoff into pick and rolls.
Huddleston to the corner. A for work. Stromer there. A for work got by him, got to the rim, scored. 7-4.
Crafty little play there from A for work. Just a little hook, quick with it. Able to get around Stromer on that baseline.
Watson feed. Ike has it poked away. Nice play by A.J. Huddleston. Almost a travel there. Orr from three. That's off.
Well, he's got a green light. Hit 89 threes a season ago. His 2 attempts early in this game haven't been close.
He's coming into the game shooting 56% from behind that line. Watson jump hook. Anton Watson with 4 and 3 rebounds.
Coming off a great game against Seattle the other night. Double-double, 11 points, 12 rebounds. And his defense was just something else.
Or he's open. Thought otherwise with Anton Watson there. Huddleston got Nembhard in the air. Now he throws it to Muhammad. 5 on the shot clock. Jump hook. Ike's defense.
Well, it's
out.
You just see how strong he is.
Nembhard. Got to stop the ball. Nembhard with his first 2.
With a guy like Ike, you can't back him down. You've got to get him moving defensively or spin off of that contact. If you're trying to back him down to the rim, it's never going to happen.
It's pretty cool that the Nembhard name is back in our vernacular.
Andrews having a nice start to his second season in the NBA. I thought he was spectacular as a rookie a season ago.
Huddleston with a runner from the elbow. That was pretty. 11-6. Nembhard turns it over. He had just 1 on Friday night. Or transition 3 on the way. Long. Stromer the rebound. In fact, between Hickman and Nembhard, just 2 turnovers combined in that first half against Yale. They had none in the second half.
And that was impressive because Yale had big, strong, experienced physical guards, in particular Bez Mbang, who was an Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year a season ago. So that bodes well as you head into Maui next week.
And Mbang had a big night against LMU in their victory against the Lions on the road. Zags did a really good job against him on Friday night. Ike from downtown. He can do it.
Well, you're not going to see that often, but if no one's going to come out on that ball reversal up top, might as well let one fly.
27% 2 seasons ago for Wyoming. Oh, Huddleston with the answer and a hand in his face. 14-9. Eastern Oregon trying to hang in, starting to hit some shots. Nembhard, a beautiful drive. And Ike, why not? The big man from downtown. 14-9 start in Spokane. Brought to you by Delta Dental. We're on a mission to help make Washington State 100% cavity free. To learn more, visit cavityfreewa.com. Brought to you by Delta Dental of Washington. Proud supporters of Healthy Smiles and your Gonzaga Bulldogs. Well, the Mountaineers have found a bit of a groove here the last couple of possessions. Started hitting some shots. They're now 4 of 12. 14-9. These fans, I tell you what, they're in mid-season form all year. Like, I think even like in August. Like if you show up here, you ring the bell, they'll all show up and they'll be crazy like this.
You go all the way back to that craziness in the kennel in October. It was sold out.
There's Huff.
He wasted no time.
Is he the best three-point shooter on this team?
You know, he may be. With Venters out now for the season, I mean, I would put him towards the top of the list. We'll see, but he definitely has touch for a big.
Garrett Hawks on the floor.
Well, regardless
and right away, the sophomore from Ashton connects.
Regardless of where they rank,
yes.
Greg and Huff are certainly at the top of the list. And to have that coming off your bench is a really nice dynamic.
And a 6'10" and touch like that, Richard.
So
he's really good.
I think he might be the most naturally gifted scorer they've had
at that position
since last year, obviously with Timmy.
Yes,
but if we take Drew out of the mix, I mean,
yes,
you got to go back a long time. I mean, he just has a real knack for scoring. Him being left-handed provides an advantage. I can tell you as a defender, I mean, you can be drilled constantly that he's left-handed. You start playing, you forget, and your instincts to guard the other shoulder. But his versatility on this end is really impressive.
Jun Suk-Yo on the floor now for Gonzaga as well, number 21. Hickman took it away, chance, and a lay-in. Nolan Hickman has arrived, ladies and gentlemen, 5 points.
He's playing with such confidence early in this season. Look forward to seeing him carry that on the road to Hawaii.
Nice feed inside, finished by Brennan Newsom, graduate player from Sacramento, California. Hickman post, Huff off the glass, so soft and so accurate.
And earlier in the fall, it felt like at times around the rim, Huff would get a little sped up. We've seen this tonight, just taking his time. It's just taking a half second, making sure your feet are under you.
Shot by Hawks, rimmed out. Oh, tough pass there for Huff to get to.
There's like 4 big guys in the world you throw that pass to.
Yeah.
So as a guard, just don't throw it.
Yes.
Braden Huff. Man, what is the ceiling for this guy? High off the glass on that attempt. Zags up by 10. And welcome back. Gonzaga coverage of the game brought to you by Primera, proud partner of the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Nolan Hickman, one-man show here. Took it away, and the runaway.
Great activity on the weak side from Ben Gregg to poke it away, and then you're seeing a player who's comfortable in their skin this year. Nolan Hickman playing with a ton of confidence, attacking the rim. Last year, he might have pushed in transition and then veered off to the side to get into offense. Now you're seeing a player that just is instinctively attacking the rim.
I'll be a fan of Nolan Hickman forever. He could have left here. He could have gotten soured by the fact that they brought Ryan Nembhard in, and he didn't. And I think he became a true Zag with the decision to move off the ball. And now he's seeing the fruits of those decisions, and we're watching a guy, I think, come into his own now.
Well, and I think a lot of it is, I think a lot of times at whatever level, high school, college, or the pros, it takes 3 years to really get comfortable. This is his 3rd year, and he looks completely different. And what a pass.
Wow.
Hickman's patience, letting the roll get done, letting Greg get to where he needs to be.
That was Mahomes to Kelsey, gentlemen. And a finish by Brennan Newsom. Football guys. Ben Gregg.
I'll be honest, I missed it, Greg. Say it again.
I said Mahomes to Kelsey.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They play for what team?
Oh, my gosh. Ben Gregg, downtown jump shot.
What a luxury. 2 bigs who can stretch it beyond the 3-point line and shoot it as well as Gregg and Huff.
Hawks had it poked away, so he got his dribble back. Threw it to the corner, nobody there. 12 on the shot clock. Hawks looks at his feet behind the line, 3 rimmed out. Mountaineers had made 5 prior to that miss. And Luka Krajinovic on the floor now for GU. Freshman from Croatia. A look at a lot of different rotations tonight, gentlemen. And who knows, when they go to Maui, right, the process is continuing. You may need some of these different rotations.
3 games in 3 days against really high-level teams. To my key, start the game, you need an 8th guy coming off the bench. Who that's going to be, I think tonight's a good way to see how guys function with their teammates, how comfortable they are. You're not asking this kid to play 20 minutes, just 8 to 10.
Huff, great cut. Krajinovic. Huff, the rebound, put back good.
Well, to stay on Richard's point, 3 games in 3 days. A season ago, Ben Gregg was that big, looking to create a role. He went into the PK 85, came out. He was the first big off the bench after that. So it'll be interesting to see which wing establishes themselves.
And hello.
I think he's got a lot of upside.
Richard,
easy to say
as he states the obvious.
Hey, that's why I'm here, guys.
Yeah.
Why I'm here.
There's the missing. Another rebound by Braden Huff.
I also think Braden Huff's going to be good.
Yes. Left hand good. Wow. Krajinovic the assist.
They're killing me, man.
Yes. Hawks and Nemhard up off the bench. He and Joe Few will be checking in soon. A for work. Can't get it to go inside. Here's Hickman again, leading the break. Krajinovic for three. Off the front of the rim. Long rebound to Hickman. Nolan drives, throws it up off the glass. He'll shoot free throws. Foul called on Brennan Newsom. Junio. This is just part of his game. He can shoot the three, too. Big kid, guys. Nice dunk. 34-19. Gonzaga shooting 55%. Here's the upcoming schedule, gentlemen. We talked about this being the final tune-up. And to be fair, Yale wasn't really a tune-up. This is in that category. But Purdue is next. Zach Edey and the Boilermakers. 3-0 already. Ranked number 24 back in 2022 when they defeated number 6 Gonzaga. Purdue is a team that could win it all.
Well, they got obviously the returning player of the year. If he were to win it this year, he would be the first player to win the player of the year in back-to-back years since Ralph Sampson did it 3 times for Virginia. But I think Purdue goes as far as their guards. Their sophomore guards, Braden Smith and Fletcher Loyer, will take them this year. They were tremendous early in the season. They struggled a bit towards the end of the year, but they are very good.
Nolan Hickman at the line. Nolan now with 6 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. I think he's so much more confident just in the scrimmage, the game against Yale, and here tonight. He just looks like a different guy.
That's part of it's the natural growth of guys, right? You're here long enough, you get enough reps under you, but...
Hey, here's Joe Few, going to give Nolan a rest.
You know, Dan has talked about this throughout the years we've been doing this. Mark's best teams have had 2 point guards. One's naturally playing off the ball more than the other, but I just think it frees up Nolan to focus on the scoring, and then what he learned last year, handling the ball, running the offense, is going to be invaluable this year when he has to make plays.
Oh, there's a nice bucket by Hawks off the baseline.
He's a good player. Can score at all 3 levels. You mentioned he had 38 in their previous game.
Greg Nemhard backs up, missed the 3. Look who it is. Huff with the rebound. Joe Few.
Nice play.
Back to Huff. 3 on the way. That won't go. His first miss. Ben Gregg the rebound and finish. Gregg with 7. Irving can't finish. Zag's defense tough in there. And now Ben Gregg leads the break. Yo. Nemhard got to the baseline. Yo from the corner. That 3 is off. Huff with another rebound. Rips it away. Ben Gregg. 3 on the way off. And Huff digging for the rebound, but it's a Mountaineer out of there with it. And a quick shot in transition is off by Grayson Sands. Back comes GU. Nemhard. Yo couldn't come up with the pass, picked up by Sands. Gregg back defensively, and he strips it. Nemhard. Home run ball. Huff. Flush. Braden Huff with 13.
Big to big on that transition opportunity. Gregg, the throw ahead. He's provided a couple great defensive plays with deflections early in this game.
Guys, obviously we've been talking about it. They're headed to Honolulu. The competition's going to change, but now there's video. Right now, they've all seen Braden Huff play, so he's going to see what when he goes over there?
I think his natural talent translates no matter who they're playing. What his adjustment's going to be is the physicality and the vertical athleticism that he's going to have to see. And you really can't replicate that in practice. Gonzaga doesn't have a big that profiles that way. A guy who's really active around the rim. So it may take him some time to adjust to that kind of athlete, but I've got every confidence in the world. He just scores it too well, and he can score it from a variety of places.
Vontae Irving from the corner. Dan, you agree?
Yeah, I think 100%. He's just got that knack for scoring that he'll find ways. But the teams that we've seen Gonzaga play so far haven't had that vertical athlete that Richard's alluding to.
They can step out and get Ben Gregg, who can hit the three as well, but they both can rebound. I mean, that's the beauty of the versatility. Huff already with 4 rebounds.
And it's not just the guy guarding you, but when you play those types of teams, it's the guy on the weak side. They've got multiple athletes that are trying to go get the ball.
And now they bring Ike in. Graham Ike with his 7th point. Graham has 6 rebounds.
Yeah, as much as we've talked about how good Huff's been tonight, Ike's quiet 7 and 6.
I got a question for you, Greg. We've heard Mark talk about wanting Ike to get up to maybe 30 minutes a game. He played 31, 32 at Wyoming a couple years ago. Do they need him to? With as good as Greg and Huff are looking.
Nice pass.
And Watson. And it's big to big. I mean, it's a good question, right? It's a four-man rotation. He's going to have to find minutes for all 4. They all bring something different. I don't think anybody has to play 30. But Huff is making the argument to me that he could be the #1 offensive option, especially on the post.
I think he's already won that argument.
Well, I think Ike will be the first option scoring it. I think Huff may earn his way into a starting lineup depending on how big they want to go, because Watson could go the 3 at times, but what a luxury to have to bring Huff off the bench. Now you're throwing a curveball at a opponent's second big.
And we'll know more when Braden starts to play against more physical players. We know Ike can handle the more physical players.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think you mess with the starting lineup, but to your point, Dan, if they go big, you could play Ike and Huff together with Watson, in my opinion, because of the way Huff can shoot the ball.
Sure.
Ike, jumper.
He does have great touch with that left hand.
Yeah, just a plethora of release points to his shot.
Graham Ike's awesome, though, because, man, you can tell he could just squash any living human being the minute he wanted to. But, look at it, he's almost expressionless when he plays. And he's so darn good and powerful and touch. And welcome back. Now's your chance to see the Zags and support the local fight against cancer. Visit SpokaneArena.com. Purchase tickets today to the CCF Classic. And Gonzaga takes on Pepperdine. January 4th at the Spokane Arena. Tickets start at $49. Log on, purchase tickets today.
It's only 1,000 tickets left.
Oh,
Things
really?
are going fast.
Guys, we're talking about Braden Huff. 32 points in 28 minutes this season.
That's more than a point a minute, Dan.
It's pretty efficient.
Wow. That is the kind of analysis that you get here tonight on a near weekly basis.
I don't think Ken Palm can bring you that type of
I give it away for free, too.
Yeah.
I'd check it on your calculator just to be sure, though, Richard. 3:43 to go. Zag shooting 56.8% from the floor. 24 rebounds to 11.
Great hedge on that pick and roll from Ike. He's done that a number of times tonight.
And look at that rebound. Foul on the floor. And that'll go against Nembhard. And it's Ryan Nembhard's first personal. 3rd on the team. Colby Brooks, number 25 on the floor for GU. Ike with a block. Nembhard pokes it to himself in the corner. And now Watson leads the break. Anton. Nembhard back to Anton. 3 on the way. Bang!
It's just easy basketball when you got a point guard like Nembhard. Get it to him, let him shift the defense, and then just get open with your hands ready to shoot.
Now you hear the chant. 12 on the shot clock. Muhammad. Skip to the corner. Huddleston. 4 on the shot clock. And he hits the 3 as Brooks got caught under the screen. And guys, all 4 bigs for GU have a 3-point field goal. Put that in your scouting report. Anton Watson now the turnaround in the lane. It's pretty good. It's the last time we've ever said that. All 4 of Gonzaga's bigs have a 3-point make.
You know, I think it's and it just makes him so much harder to defend. And for Watson and Ike, it's not about, well, here's another one.
Why not?
I'm just going to say it's not about hitting multiple threes a game. It's just about making sure that the defense has to account for you out there.
Graham now with 12 and 7 boards. Huddleston. DK shut him off. And now Muhammad lines up the 3. Kamal Muhammad, the freshman from Seattle.
First 3 of the year for Muhammad.
It's contagious. Watson. Oh, Muhammad with the grab. Anton with the stare. Our first hard foul of the game. I would not mess with Anton Watson.
That's a good foul.
That's a good foul. He got his money's worth, made sure that it wasn't an and-one opportunity. There was nothing malicious about it. It was just a physical foul.
Anton 6'8", 228. Former 4-star player out of Spokane's Gonzaga prep. 66% from the floor a year ago. Playing next to the great Drew Timme.
Yeah, I was getting ready for the season, and I was reminded that he was not all league. And then all the anger I felt last year came back. Of how absurd it was.
It is absurd, isn't it?
I mean,
Krajinovic called for the foul. And that'll be his first, team's 4th.
These are important minutes for a player like Krajinovic trying to earn rotational minutes. You got to make sure you can understand scouting report defensively and then get the team into offense.
Hawks. He got in there.
Did you see how Ike altered that shot?
He threw it to Chidi. He threw it to Chidi. He was like, I'm going to try to skip it off of Ike's hand.
Slip out of his hands?
I don't know.
Give him the benefit of the doubt. That slipped.
That would be the definition of altering your shot.
Ike, what a catch and finish. High, low. 2 more for Graham Ike.
He's been tough tonight.
Well, Gonzaga's bigs are just drilled so well when you come up on the perimeter for a catch. Obviously, you're aware of where your defender's at. If they're off and you've got good footwork into a shot, you let it fly. If not, you're surveying, and your first look is always to the rim for your buddy, your high-low look. They've gotten that a number of times tonight.
Guys, we're 2 games in. This Zag team feels like it's almost business-like already to me.
Well, I'm just impressed that it feels like a group that's played together for a long time.
Nembhard hanging, spinning, finishing.
Electric.
That was good.
That was a big-time finish there. Quickness out of the spin move.
Ryan now with 6, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. 20 seconds to play in this first half. Huddleston to the corner. Hawks. Krajinovic with him. 7 on the shot clock. Krajinovic got him sealed up. Out to Huddleston. Blocked by Watson. He's got time to run out. And the two-handed hammer.
That's the way to end the half, that's for sure.
Oh, number 22. Find him another year or two of eligibility, will you? Anton Watson with the exclamation point. 14 points in the first half, along with Graham Ike's 14. Braden Huff had 13. And Anton Watson, I tell you what, he's going to do it all for Gonzaga this year. Big rebounds, going to play great defense, can knock down a three. He can play defense at the top of your defense. Pretty good.
He can guard anybody on the floor. He's got the ability to guard, point guard through center. He just understands how to play now, guys. He's been here long enough. He's just not making mistakes. He's a value add all over the floor.
Well, the Zags shot 62.8%. They had a 23-5 run that helped them to extend the lead to 51-24, and they go out running. 63-30. We're at the half in Spokane. More coming your way. And welcome back to Spokane. There is a shot of the beautiful Spokane River. Columbia Red Band's in there. You know, that's a trout. It's got genetics that are 40,000 years old. That is a jewel of a watershed there. And what a jewel of a basketball team. Gonzaga up big. Greg Heister, Richard Fox. I know I got a little off topic. My apologies. Okay, Braden Huff. Let's talk about that. What a first half. What a player.
Just picking up where he left off against Yale. 20 points in 19 minutes against Yale. Check that, 19 points in 20 minutes tonight in the first half. 13 points in 8 minutes. He just comes off the bench looking to give you buckets. And again, you just see the versatility. Able to knock down the three-point shot. 6 of 7 overall from the field. Also has 4 rebounds after 9 against Yale the other night. So he's not just a scorer. He helps you in other areas as well defensively with his length and then rebounding on both sides.
And guys, all 4 bigs hit a 3. They had, 7 different players with an assist. Like, this team is kind of cut out of the Zag mold, isn't it? Like, they're all really skilled. They're all sharing the ball. They're all making their teammates better. It's been joyous this first game and a half.
I think the first game and a half, you've got to be extremely excited if you're the coaching staff, because you've gotten production from literally everybody on the roster. Yeah, we've highlighted Huff on a few occasions, but that's because he's making the game look so easy right now. In that highlight package, a rim run, easy layup, pick and pop 3, post up, nobody comes to double, take your time. I mean, it's an epitome of making the game easy right now is the way Gonzaga is playing on offense.
His hands are so solid. Like, when he gets his hands on the ball, they're so soft, but they're strong, and he doesn't miss much. You talked about Drew and his ability to finish around the rim. He might have a higher field goal percentage at the end of the season than Drew did last year.
That would the way he finishes. Yeah, that'd be remarkable, but it's nice to lose Drew and have a guy come in that can score 2.
Big time. Join us at Coeur d'Alene Casino for a mouthwatering steak dinner, pampering spa treatment, or the hottest games around. Coeur d'Alene Casino, a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. Coeur d'Alene Casino, welcome home. And welcome back. Beautiful shot of downtown Spokane and the Knights, and all the lights are out. It's really festive. Holidays right around the corner. All right, boy, these bigs talk about Christmas for Zag fans. These guys can all run, they can all post up, they can score with their backs to the basket, and they can drill the 3.
Yeah, well, it was impressive in the fact that 4 Gonzaga bigs combined for 48 points in that first half. 5 of the made 3s for Gonzaga, which were all of them were from your front court players. That's not typical. It shows you the amount of skill that this group has. I don't expect that to be the case throughout the season, but it's a nice option to have at times when you need another look for the perimeter.
Yeah, 5 of 9 from the three-point line from your front court. You'll take that. That's really efficient.
Yes.
And look, I think the thing about these games is you look at, can things transfer? Are they transferable to better opponents? That three-point shooting is.
And 48 of those 63 points were scored by Gonzaga's bigs.
Well,
Huff, Greg, Ike, and Mr. Watson. So that's pretty good. Well, Mark Few is telling them what, gentlemen? Like, what? Like, you come out in a game like this, you're up by 33. You're going to get on a plane and head to Hawaii in a few days. Like, what's the message at halftime? Hydrate?
No, stay locked in and solid defensively.
Okay.
Don't lose track of shooters. Get out in transition, and then if we don't have anything easy, let's flow into our offense.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how long he keeps those starters in. Are we talking the first minute timeout or second? At some point, you want to pull them and let the guys deep in your bench, I think, get a little bit more run on the floor. And you're going to start turning the page here in the second half towards Maui.
All right, and I want to say hi to a great Zag fan, old-time friend out there, my buddy John Newberry. Great seeing you yesterday, John. Talk soon. And welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center. Gonzaga shot 62.8% from the floor in that first half. 27 of 43. EK 14, Watson 14, Huff with 13. A big first half for a lot of Zags. They lead at 63-30. Heister, Dickow, Fox. We're back with the start of the second half after this. And welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center for the start of the second half between Eastern Oregon and Gonzaga. Zags lead at 63-30, an explosive first half for the Zags. Huddleston led the Mountaineers with 10 points on 4 of 5 shooting, but there's E.K. Huff and Anton Watson throwing Ben Gregg's 7. And what is that, 38? Of those 63 points. And E.K. out on the floor. He wears a headband well. Graham E.K.
Where's the headband?
You should have worn one, Dickow, with the flow.
I always told him
and
that.
then the headband, that would have been.
I would have looked awful in
You
a
may have
headband.
made it onto a Wheaties box or something. Nembhard, here's Watson. Gets the roll. Anton, 2 more. Richard, you would have looked good in a headband, too.
Okay, you say with a straight face.
That was, yes, but your head would have been too big for a Wheaties box.
I would have looked good no matter what.
So two of them together.
That's true. For the newer Gonzaga fans out there, back in the day, Richard was known as the big sexy around here.
In certain circles, I still am.
Here's Huddleston. Oh, great pass. Or jump shot as the horn sounds. Missed everything.
A great initial possession defensively for Gonzaga. Active, flying around, closing down all penetration opportunities.
So when you say in some circles you start, is that the dinner table? Like what
I was just going to say,
where's the circle at?
I'm so proud of you for leaving that one alone, Greg. And nope, couldn't help it.
No, I couldn't. UK. Here's Hickman. Step back 3. Nolan Hickman from downtown.
Great read.
Nice to see that go down. Just 1 of 8 the other night from 3 against Yale, but we know he can knock those shots down.
He's into double figures now with 10. A for work, number 10, working on Dusty Stromer. Here's Muhammad. A for work now. EK with the hedge. 3 on the shot clock. And A for work. Bailed out there on a tough foul by Dusty Stromer.
And that with experience, he will learn defensively when the shot clock's winding down how to use his length against an opponent who's going up against the clock.
Long 3 attempt from A for work. Doesn't go. That was number 1 on Stromer. Here's EK. Talk about the pass there.
Oh, he's a player who's showing you that he's in full control this year. Sees things, delivers it on time.
That ball touched the sideline. Turnover number 2 for Eastern Oregon this half. Gonzaga ball.
We'll get another look at it in transition. Just wait for the big EK to keep running the floor. But for these bigs, EK, Watson, Huff, Gregg, you got to enjoy the fact that you're playing with 2 primary ball handlers that are willing passers, and they can see it and make the play as well.
Nembhard got inside. EK, offensive board goes. EK with his 9th rebound. And he's got 18 points now. He had 3 offensive rebounds in 1 possession in that first half. Orr's shot from behind the arc is good. His first bucket.
Yeah, that's what he does coming into tonight. All but one of his 17 shots from behind the three-point line.
Graham Ike.
He's a great rebounder in his area. He holds guys off. If it's in its area, he's going to go get it with two hands. Really, really good rebounder.
This makes the game simple. Back down to the spot. Recognize no help's coming.
Afa works three is off. Hickman with the rebound up to Nembhard. Nolan from downtown, literally. Watson, big board. Pass was deflected. Huddleston, run out to Orr.
After the initial game against Yale with one turnover, Nembhard 4 now on the evening.
Foul inside. He just needs to be challenged more. He's one of those guys.
He is a guy that has played at a high level his entire career. He comes to play.
Tell you what, as Ike finds Watson, Graham Ike doing it all right now. His third assist for Gonzaga. But listen, Nembhard's worth the price of admission. That guy in the open floor is electric. It's like watching the cheetah down there with the Miami Dolphins, catching the ball in the open field and moving with it. Nembhard's like that on the basketball floor. Watson, lay it. Again, you guys are not football guys.
Tyreek Hill?
What do you do? Yes, what do you do all day Sunday?
I'm with my family.
Yeah.
We spend a lot of quality time together. I read like children's books, and we do arts and crafts.
Geez. Get caught up on
You're
homework.
doing arts and crafts? I got to see this.
Yes. Yeah, sand in the jars. What do you do? What do you do?
I let the kids play with me in my sandbox.
Oh, boy. That rimmed out. Anton Watson in position for his 6th rebound. Nembhard. 78-35. Ryan Nembhard, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Graham Ike, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. Anton Watson. What a team. Tonight's Arby's fan trivia question brought to you by Arby's, your delicious neighborhood meat crafter. Stop by Arby's today. We have the meats. How many consecutive weeks has Gonzaga been ranked in the AP Top 25 poll? Text your answer at 83200. Is it 121, 134, or 156? It's the best number in college basketball by far. We'll have that answer for you in a bit.
More than double Houston.
Yes.
And that's not giving away the answer.
No. More than double. Well, I don't.
You put us to the test with math earlier today. I thought I'd do the same with you.
Well, I know I have the numbers right in front of me. It's in my notes. I think Houston's at 66. That's weeks in a row. Gonzaga's all by themselves. Anton Watson, Ike, another board, and another chance for 3. Graham with 22. And guys, Graham has now made his last 10 field goals. Anton Watson, before that, had made his last 7. And Huff made his first 5 tonight. It's pretty efficient.
Well, the early returns from on the glass have been really good for GU. Obviously, tonight, Eastern Oregon really undersized. I'm not sure how much you can take away from it. Gonzaga plus 25, but we saw them put a number on Yale as well on Friday. So, you know, this was a team last year that was pretty good. This program was 5 plus 5.5 on the glass last season. Let's see if this year's iteration can bump that number up.
That was Vontae Irving, junior from Chicago. Ike, another catch.
So if he can get to that left hand, it's automatic within 6-7 feet. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, he just runs straight to the rim, reverse it to the top, and then it's high-low. I mean, there's really not much resistance in that high-low.
The tip goes for Isaac Brown. There's Krajinovic and Huff, Greg, and Yo about to check back in. Is that a foul call on Ike?
I believe so, yeah, trying to carve out position coming down the floor.
That's his first personal 2 on Gonzaga. So now it's Ben Gregg, Braden Huff on the post. Huddleston to drive and scores.
And that's where Luka's got to get better, is guarding the ball. You can't afford to get beat that badly going on that baseline. You've got to provide more resistance on the perimeter.
Bounce, Huff. That one came out. But he earns the rebound.
That drive you crazy.
Putback.
Crazy as a guard.
As a guard, I would be furious.
Spoon feed it to the big. He misses a
your
chip.
assist.
I get an offensive rebound and the 2 points.
Well, I've always said Dan's a numbers guy.
Oh, really?
Oh, you are.
Team, win.
Go team win, is that what you said? Are you
Numbers for a team to get the win.
Okay. Go team.
Put that on a t-shirt.
41. Nothing wrong with being a numbers guy, Dan. Hickman step back. Nolan now with 12.
Well, numbers have become a huge part of the game. Pretty much every front office in every sport has an analytics division now that crunches numbers.
Yeah, analytics. Every sport's being taken over by it.
And there is some validity to looking at the numbers in depth, but it's always, in my opinion, needs to be looked at eyes, ears, and numbers. What are your eyes telling you? What are your ears telling you when you're forming a scouting report on a team or a player? And then thirdly, what do the numbers say?
Hawks. Shot was blocked at the rim. Yo takes his time, lines up the 3. Long rebound, Yo picks it up, took a shot in the meantime, drives the lane, kicks to the corner. Krajinovic for 3. Luka from downtown.
He needed that one to go down. He had a look of frustration a few possessions ago. We've talked about it a couple times now. I think the upside for him is tremendous. He's just got to get comfortable at the college level.
I was impressed with Junior on that play, too. He took quite a shot going for that rebound. Stayed with it. Found the open shooter. Bucket inside by the Mountaineers.
Nice pass.
Yes.
Braden Huff with 17.
But going back to both of your comments about Huff's hands, not many bigs can catch it and keep it high and quickly get it ball up over the rim in that situation, though. Impressive.
Well, there's the other part of that equation as well. Yo with a great catch. Can he finish? They'll shoot free throws. We've seen bigs here in Gonzaga uniform, especially early in their career, be able to catch it but not keep their feet. Lose their balance, fall down. He's got great balance. Junior. Take it, Richard.
Just making plays. You know, in traffic, finds Luka in the corner, and they're just a quick touch pass to Huff for easy 2.
And here's your Arby's trivia answer. How many consecutive weeks has Gonzaga been ranked in the AP Top 50 poll? This says 134. It's actually not been updated yet. Poll just came out. Zags remain at number 11, so it's actually 135 consecutive weeks now. Houston's at 66 in second place. 135 weeks. You know what that means? That means that Zagville is spoiled.
Spoiled and extremely consistent. I remember years ago you were hoping to crack the top 25
right?
at some point.
It was like breaking news, roll the stinger. Zags in the top 25. And how about this? It's been a spectacular summer for this head coach. Got to travel to the World Cup with Team USA. And he glowed about the experience when he got home. One of the best professional experiences of his life.
Well, you're working with some of the best coaches in the world and obviously the best players in the world. You know, Steve Kerr brought him on. And it's been I think it's an opportunity for Coach View to learn. It's also an opportunity to get that Gonzaga name out there even more.
Yeah, he's really looking excited for the Olympics. And
I can only imagine.
Like, look at the guys that they're claiming they're signing up, like Steph Curry and LeBron, like the guys, Joel, like the dudes, the real dudes. He's going to get to coach them. Spoke very highly of Eric Spoelstra and Ty Lue. Yeah, he was lit up. There's some defense inside, but a foul call. Got to stop the clock with 11:26 to play.
One thing I learned a few years back that I had no idea. Coaches in the Olympics don't get medals.
They don't.
Only the players.
I asked him about it, too, and he says, well, we don't officially get medals. He says, but they'll probably get us something.
Well, you remember that story of the Redeem team with Doug Collins?
Yeah.
You know, obviously that Doug Collins on that team that lost to Russia in pretty controversial fashion, and after they won, they all put their medals on his neck.
That was pretty cool.
Because they didn't accept the silver medal, that team he was on. I thought that was really powerful.
Yeah.
I'm taking the medal.
Selfish.
It's worth something. I can get some, there's some fishing gear I can get for it.
What's an ounce of silver worth? We can melt that baby down. Just kidding. I'd have kept that medal there. There's Isaac Brown. Step back. Stromer get a finger on it, maybe. Kranovich grabbed the rebound. Here's Yo in the open court. June down the lane. Off the glass. June Yo with 5.
And you can see he's physically ready to play at this level. You know, I think offensively, it feels like the game's been moving a little fast for him at times. Comes in just overly aggressive, but defensively and physically, he's ready.
Kranovich down the lane, left the ball. This is Irving dumping it off, and that's off the hands of Brennan Newsom.
You just see the power here. Able to absorb this contact, finds the glass. That's a great finish.
June Yo. 6'8", 215, out of Seoul, Korea.
He plays hard.
Got
he's all of 6'8".
Yeah, and television doesn't, like, he's got a big trunk, really strong legs, broad shoulders.
No, I agree. Great trunk.
Oh, there's a pass.
Stromer will shoot a free throw.
That's a third pass Yo's made that has been right on the money in a tight space. And if he can do that, he can carve out a role on the offensive end, even if his shooting's not quite there. Look at this pass. I mean, there's no window there.
Mahomes to Kelsey. Touchdown. Ben Gregg, offensive rebound, shot block. Back come the Mountaineers.
That looked like a foul to me.
Huff and Stromer, gentlemen, no turnovers in 32 minutes combined. Those are freshmen. Richard and Dan have dozed off. Ben Gregg the rebound. There's Kranovich. Stromer, corner, short. What a rebound by Gregg. Up and in, chance for 3.
Left no doubt that time. Previous possession could have been called a foul. Wasn't that time. Extending to the rim after corralling the offensive rebound. You got to give Ben Gregg so much credit for what he's done over the course of his short career. Graduate high school early, get here during COVID, and then just gradually build himself into a heck of a role. I think he's primed to have a really good season.
Well, you can tell he's really committed to getting better.
Yeah.
I mean, his body's improved. He's gotten a lot stronger. He's always had the skill, but now defensively and on the glass, he's way more competitive than he was even just a year ago.
Into the paint, hanging and hitting is Isaac Brown out of Pocatello, Idaho. Hello, West Clinic. Braden looking for a couple of more. So patient in there.
Great touch.
Huff with 19.
19 in his opener. One more bucket. Sets a career high in game 2 that would be 20-plus points. Impressive.
Brown going to work. Bit of a heat check and goes in. Isaac Brown with 6 off the bench. Huff with the catch. Nice move and finish.
That was Drew Timius
with the right hand.
For it in the step through.
Brown shooting it again. Catch and shoot this one off. And Huff now with 2 more. In with 23. So just to give you an idea how good this is. First 2 games in a freshman's career. Foul called there on Junyo. Huff now has scored 42 points in these first 2 games. Kevin Pango scored 44 in his first 2. Austin Day 38 in his first 2. Jalen Suggs 36 in his first 2 games. And Elias Harris with 35. Gentlemen, those 4 names, those are 4 of the greats.
Those 4 all
Greats.
played in
Not
the
good
NBA
ones.
at some point.
Great.
They were all WCC All-League guys.
And I'm not sure that any of those 4 guys played against a team as good as Yale.
Well, Pangos' game, I
games.
believe, was against Washington State.
It
where he
was,
hit
but
8 threes.
I don't know if that was in one of the first 2 games. It was 33 versus Washington State in the second half. There you go, Dan. Did we call that game? I think we called that game.
We did not.
We did not call that game? I must have been here for it, though. Junyo. I wish I was recalling.
So he gets the foul there, but that's a young player making a play. Great defensive rebound, push, trying to do too much. We'll see you guys on the other side.
Play of the game brought to you by Multicare Health Systems, whether you're at home or in the kennel. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to go to the player of the game, the A to Z rental player of the game. And it's going to be Mr. Graham Ike. No job too big or too small with 8 convenient locations. We rent everything. Let A to Z rental be your most valuable player. Graham Ike, gentlemen, 11 of 12, 11 rebounds. Look at those numbers.
Quietly, we're talking all this so much about Huff, and Ike just quietly, I mean, how efficient can you get? 11 of 12, 25 points, 11 rebounds. And it just, that combo at the, because basically Greg and Watson are really, they play more like forwards. But Huff and Ike, that combination, to have at minimum one of them out there on the floor at all times, gives you a legitimate scoring option at that 5 spot.
Let me ask you this. Those who voted St. Mary's as the favorite to win the West Coast Conference, do you think they're wishing they could do the vote over?
Well, I think because Gonzaga lost nearly 85% of their
that's
scoring.
not the question, though. Do you think right now, after they've seen this, knowing that St. Mary's lost to Weber State, or
well, that's why it's a preseason poll. And St. Mary's does have a lot back. Aiden Mahaney, Alex Dukas returning was big for them as well.
Yeah, but
it would be hard to vote against any Gonzaga team the way that they've reloaded every year in the transfer portal.
Yeah, I'll answer the question the way you want it answered, Greg. It's ridiculous.
Fair enough.
Richard, up here. Up here.
What are we doing?
Yes.
What
are we doing?
I mean, look at St. Mary's returns some guys who played last year. They lose Johnson, and forgive me, Dan, I forget the other kid, Bowen.
Yeah.
They're 2 best defenders. And the idea that Gonzaga can't reload, they're 90 and 11 the last 3 years. Well, and in that period of time, they've lost lottery picks. Like, what are we doing? Like,
preach. There you go, Richard. I like it.
It's, I do think at times, maybe with all the conversation of Gonzaga leaving and being too big for the conference, is there some resentment, from the other coaches? But it's nonsensical. It doesn't make sense.
I don't think if is appropriate. Boldy Brooks up high for a rebound.
Great rebound.
Hey, Joe Few back on the floor. Number 14, Pavle Stosic, patrolling the inside for the Zags right now. And there's a foul called on the Mountaineers as Junio's three goes, but it won't count. Foul called on Grayson Sands. I love creating controversy.
What's next?
Well, I mean, the fact that St. Mary's got picked to win this conference after 20 whatever years, and everybody thinking, well, Gonzaga's going to be down, they got to reload, and hello. I mean, Ken Palm had them a lot higher. Their ranking to start the season was a lot higher, so everybody else thought that Gonzaga was going to be good. But the guy's making the vote. Come on, Dan, make me feel better about this.
I'm not a big fan of coaches getting to vote for things like that, including all league.
Yeah. And so drill down on that, Richard.
Well,
Let's create some controversy. Oh, Joe Few picks it up. Run out. And he'll shoot free throws.
Coach Few's over there smiling at the layup, but frustrated. Happy with the steal, frustrated with the missed layup. You know, it's one of those things. Joe Few got in the first half, provided some good minutes, especially on the defensive end, some good possessions. There's a growth curve to every player, whether you're a freshman that's expected to play minutes or a redshirt trying to be able to add to practices. He has really improved his game over the last couple of years.
1 or 2 from the line. But Joe showed some toughness now. He took a shot into the stanchion. 109-49. There's a slip. Somebody get the banana peel off the floor. And Joe Few went right at Grayson Sands. Not on my watch, he says.
Nothing easy.
So when we picked what the final score would be, what'd we go with?
Dan, you marked it down.
Oh, yeah, what did we guess?
I think I was 50.
I think Heister said 48. Dan 42,
Two
Richard
games,
43.
You got the Yale game right on the money.
Well, I know if they would have given me a vote for who was going to win the West Coast Conference, it wouldn't have been for St. Mary's.
Yeah, and Chauncey Jones excited for lunch, Greg?
What did he say?
Chauncey's excited for his lunch. Winner has to take him out to lunch. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, where are we going? Where are we going, Chauncey?
I heard Churchill's.
Churchill's? Hey, I'm up for Churchill's.
Can I join if you're paying?
I'll take you to Church. We should all, as a team, go to Churchill's. Tom Holmberger, our main man, will pay. That's where we ought to have the team meal. Oh, yes, and not that anybody at home knows, I'm sorry about all these names, but Jim Butler, our famous director, he's the button pusher. Jim at home, laying on the couch with a rough back tonight. Probably got himself a coldie and is good and relaxed. Brooks will go to the free throw line, but Jim, I hope you feel better. We call him Jimmy B around here. 109-50.
Lots of people put in a lot of time and effort, dedication to make these broadcasts work.
Well, they have
We get to do the fun stuff.
to keep the three
Watch
clowns
from courtside.
Yes. If the viewers only knew. I think the Zags are headed out to Hawaii on Friday. They got a few days of practice yet before they get to go enjoy the sun and sand. It's not, of course, in Maui, although it is the Maui Classic. They've had to move it to Honolulu because of the fires on Maui. But Oahu's not so bad, is it?
I think anywhere in Hawaii is going to work.
Junio. Great fakes. Kept his foot on the floor. And the flush. And he looks at Coach. He says, Coach, I need minutes. Give me some minutes.
You know, the thing I love about him is the degree of overconfidence is through the roof, right? So I would rather have to reel a guy back and humble him than try to pull out that confidence. And he just has a swagger about him where he believes he needs to be on the floor.
Well, I tell you what, he's all over the place right now. Outlet to Few. Krajinovic lay-in. Zags in transition, hard to stop. Yo to Few. To Krajinovic. And the block at the other end. And you thought it was noisy when we began. Brooks with the hammer. And the roof is being torn off the McCarthy Athletic Center. This is fantastic. Nice rebound by Isaac Brown. Another offensive rebound. Porter Abrams has it poked away. Joe Few has it, got knocked to the floor. And finally the whistle. Foul called on Porter Abrams. Well, guys, Brock Salzman, our world-class Hall of Fame caliber stat guy. Well, I'll talk about this when we come back. 115-50 our score, 4:15 to play in Spokane. And welcome back, 4:15 to play in Spokane. Here's your Gonzaga Hoops plays of the game, brought to you by Multicare Health System. Whether you're at home or in the kennel, Multicare's team of doctors, nurses, and specialists partner with you all season long. Junio, Richard.
I'm a fan, fellas.
Sing to us.
I'm a fan. I like, he's physically ready to play. I like that he's aggressive, maybe too much at times offensively. But he just puts his head down, and it's a great pass. He's had 4 dimes tonight, just right on the money. And to my point earlier, guys, they need an 8th guy. You cannot operate for, they want to play 35, 36, 37 games. You can't just play with 3 guys in the perimeter. You've got to have some depth. And to me, the interesting with him, you don't need any help on the front line, but he's big enough where he can defensively on a switch guard a spot up, and then offensively, if he just keeps it simple, I think he can play on the perimeter.
All right, gentlemen, back to what Brock Salzman slipped me here. Says here, if the Zags face Tennessee after Purdue in the upcoming Maui Classic, they could have 7 opponents in the AP Top 33 on their schedule. Be Purdue, USC, UConn, San Diego State, St. Mary's, and Kentucky. Has it ever been tougher?
Well, that's pretty good. It's part of the identity of the program at this point, right? I mean, we're gonna play those games as Eastern Oregon turns it over.
Under 4 to go. 117-50. Gonzaga on their way to a victory. Back in a moment. And welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center. Most of the fans have stuck around. Here's your AP Top 25 as it looks right now. Kansas in the top spot. There's Purdue. There's T. Lloyd in Arizona. Marquette, UConn, Houston, Tennessee, Creighton, Duke, Florida Atlantic. There's Gonzaga at number 11. And they open with Purdue in the Maui Classic. It won't get easier, win or lose in that tournament.
Not at all. Tennessee, unbelievably good if that's who they face. Syracuse, you think of Jim Boeheim and the Orange. He's no longer in charge. Adrian Autry, longtime assistant. So it's curious, are they going to play zone? How do you prepare for them on short prep if that's who you end up facing?
Krajinovic. Shot for 3 off by Stosic. And a foul called on Colby Brooks. Well, we'll know a lot in a week, won't we?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, is this team great? Is it good? Is it good but will get better? Right? To me, there's those 3 options.
Well, Gonzaga's had teams over the last few years, notably the 2 teams that went to the national championship where you knew in November, right? I'm sorry, October, they're really tweaking in the margins. Those teams were ready to go from the beginning of the year. This group, to me, already is pretty well established. You can see that their ceiling is high, but I do think they've got a long runway.
Yes.
And I think they can get a lot better throughout the year.
And guys, talk about there's a Chargers call. Talk about this for a moment. All four of these bigs hit a three tonight. The talk all the time is if you can put a big on the floor that can step out and hit a three, changes what you can do defensively. It opens up lanes. How is it different that all four bigs can step out and hit a three? You can put two on the floor. Does that open up more? Does it create even a bigger issue for an opposing team?
Yes, it does. What's unique for this group is Joe gets another steal and throws it up to Luka. It's a technical foul for hanging on. But why I think it's unique for this group, Greg, is you've got an undersized point guard in Nembhard. So when he's driving at times, if you don't have shooting around him, I think that can get problematic. If you come off as a big to help on that drive, he can kick it out to a shooter. I think it opens things up on those drives. It's just a real luxury. Look, the scouting report on Greg and Huff is established. I still think Watson and EK are going to get some of those looks. Yeah. They don't need to shoot 4 a game. If they take 1, 2, and can knock down
keep
one,
people honest.
Just keep them honest.
Obviously, a technical call there on Luka Krajinovic for hanging on the rim.
I would have done the same thing.
And that just tied Gonzaga's record for field goals in a game with 50 against Carroll College. What year was that, Brock?
Put him on the spot, Greg. Jeez. He's unbelievable at what he does, but...
Well, he is. He's really good. We'll get to the year. Carroll College Zags hit 50 field goals. They are 50 for 77 tonight. Brock is frantically looking. I've created stress for one of my favorite people, and I feel terribly bad right now. There's Krajinovic. Poked away, tried to go to Yo. It was 1980.
2 years ago.
Yes. 43 years ago. I wasn't even born yet. And there's a block by Stosic. You guys are going to let me get away with that, huh? Isaac Brown the drive, and Pavle Stosic, freshman at 6'9", 215 out of Serbia. Brown. Jump shot from the baseline won't go. Brooks clears it. Yo. Big rebound, Colby Brooks. Blocked from behind by Caleb Schroeder. Step back three off the front of the rim. And there's a foul stopping the clock for the Buck 44 to play. Reminder to everybody watching, we will have interviews. We're going to be filling time until the top of the hour. So at this rate, we could have maybe a couple of interviews coming for you. So stick around for that. Zags right now with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in double figures. Schroeder at the free throw line. He's out of Post Falls, freshman. 6'4", 195. Caleb Schroeder. Missed them both. Long rebound. Another chance for the Mountaineers. Joe Few got the rebound. Outlet. Krajinovic into the corner. Brooks the catch. Colby. Bouncing and drops. Brooks with 4. The Zags had 5 in double digits against Yale. 5 in double digits again tonight. They've led college basketball in scoring, I think, the last 5 seasons. And I think in field goal percentage 4 of the last 5. This team is going to be on that caliber again, isn't it? Can you tell yet?
Yeah, they're going to be elite on that end. where they fall, we'll find out. But
yeah, is it going to be 82 or is it going to be 88?
It's going to be closer to 90, I think. They didn't score too well.
What do you think, Dan?
They are always going to want to play fast. That's been Coach Hughes.
What Dan's trying to say, Greg, is that you and I are right.
Yeah, like that's the first
It's
time.
amazing. He couldn't even turn off his mic because he didn't want everyone to hear that.
Yeah, I think somebody from above said that's it.
I think he's
done.
He's getting emotional.
Actually, they're moving him in position for our interviews. So Dan's mic had been cut and we threw it to him. Frankly, he said the best things that he was going to say entire game.
What a miss. I feel terrible.
Yes. And the world didn't get to hear it. Sorry, Dan. There's Krajinovic. Wide open inside. Easy bucket. Pavle Stosic. Stosic, his first field goal in a Zag uniform. And 30 seconds to play now. And yeah, with that bucket, good catch, Johnson Jones. Stosic with that bucket. Every Zag player who's played has scored. And how about Joe Few, the rejection. Joe Few getting it done on the defensive end for Gonzaga. This is good basketball, Richard.
Got up high for that one.
That's pretty good. Zags will back it out. It's going to be a 123-57 victory. And this is Gonzaga's highest victory of margin when they beat Denver by 61 back in 2018. So
I was there for
they've
that one.
upended that number. You were there for it?
Yeah. I'm just happy I get to keep the record.
Well, Richard Fox. It's off to Hawaii now. Is the team ready?
Yeah, I think so. And it's nice to have a few days here to tighten things up before you go have a lot of fun on the island.
Fun tonight. Dan Dickau is preparing his questions like Barbara Walters. We'll have that interview coming up when we come back. Stay right there. Zags win it big. Zags in their victory glow right now. 123-57 the final. Most field goals in a game in their history and largest margin of victory ever in a Gonzaga basketball game. And what it just tells me is that, number one, this team is well-oiled and it's skilled and it's good. How good, we'll know in a week.
Yeah, I'm going to bet that they're pretty good.
Yeah.
But we'll learn a lot next week. There's no doubt about that.
All right, we got Dan Dickau ready. Graham Ike is in position. And Dan is about to take it away. Hi, Dan.
Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it. We're here with Graham Ike, obviously the player of the game tonight. You could have gone a number of different directions. 5 Zags in double figures. Your second true experience in the kennel. What's it like so far?
Man, it's wonderful, man. The energy in here is crazy, and just to be in here is awesome, man.
Mentioned 5 players in double figures. All 4 of the bigs, yourself, Braden Huff, Ben Gregg, and Anton Watson, had spectacular efforts tonight. How do you guys play so well off of each other so early in the season?
You know, first of all, we just push each other so hard in practice, and just the way that our offense flows is just like that. I don't know, man. Our guards look for us, you know, and try to get us open looks, and then we also try to get them open looks with screens and other things as well. So I'm just very appreciative of those guys, and we just keep plugging away.
The challenge becomes much more difficult in the next few days. You guys go to Hawaii for the Maui Invitational. You open against number 2 Purdue, reigning player of the year in Zach Edey. This must be what you came to Gonzaga for, to play in big tournaments against other great programs and players like Zach Edey. What's your thoughts leading into that game?
Oh, man, you know, just excited for the opportunity with these guys, you know, to go to war with them and just try to stack days, day by day. Can't look to ahead. We know what we got coming up, how we're going to prep for it, you know, just try and win days, and then when we get there, you know, try and win a game.
There you have it, Greg. Tonight's player of the game with a monstrous line, 25 points, 12 rebounds, Graham Ike.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Graham Ike. He's going to be an easy guy to like, isn't he?
Yes. Just just the nicest kid. I mean, honestly, if you get a chance to talk to him, you know, really low key, really thoughtful. You can tell. But what an addition. You know, when you lose a guy like Drew Timme, there's natural questions. What do you do? The guy scored 1 billion points while he was here, and so much of it revolved around him over the last few years. What are you going to do inside? And you kind of knew what Graham was going to be, and then you bring in Huff, the mystery guy, and now you've got two guys who can just go get you buckets on the low block, much like Drew did. That's a real pleasant surprise for GU, I would imagine.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting here, you know, trying to like let all of this marinate, and because this run has been so long, Richard, and we've seen so many great players, and there have been so many great teams. Like, we're in television, so you're trying to analyze how good is this one. I think it could be really good, like really, really good.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's any doubt. A, this is a second weekend team, and B, I'm not going to be surprised on a Saturday in March watching them play in the Elite Eight. I think they have that kind of talent, and more than just the talent, I love the way it all fits together. Yeah. There's real balance in the roster makeup. Starts with Nemhard, ends with EK. Everybody in between seems to fit.
Oh man, glorious days in Zagville continue. We'll take another timeout. We'll wrap it up when we come back. Gonzaga 123-57 winners. And welcome back. That is a nightly ritual here at the McCarthy Athletic Center. The youngins out there trying to get their posters signed by some of the Zags. A few key ones will come out every week, and hopefully by the end of the season you get them all. Okay. Man, I tell you, there are four bigs. They're really versatile. We've been talking about it throughout the game. They can shoot the three. They can help each other out. They're dropping dimes. They can play with their back to the basket. Mark Few has a lot of options in those positions.
I would like to say he's just spoiled as a coach. I mean, the players that he's been able to coach over his tenure has been impressive. But I don't, quickly thinking back, I can't remember a team that's had four bigs that are this skilled, this versatile, that play this well together. On top of the fact that I think he's willing to play all four big roles, big minutes. I mean, they combined to go 35 of 45 from the field tonight. An impressive performance by all four of those guys.
And I'm just watching all those highlights, and I'm noticing the spacing, just dramatically great spacing. Everybody in the spot. Talk about the chemistry. We're only 2 games in. This team looks like it's played together a full season already.
Yeah, the adjustment, it feels like it's already happened.
Yeah.
You know, and I think part of that is who you bring in. You know, Nemhard's kind of, you know, he's an unselfish guy. He wants to give the ball up. EK doesn't have a big ego, you know, despite the success he had a couple years ago. And just up and down the roster feels like everybody's a giver. They're not necessarily trying to, they're not thinking about me first. That's been part of the culture at GU, but you'd expect at some point with the turnover, you're going to get a bad apple. They just haven't done that. And this year they've got a great group, which, you know, is a big part of winning. I mean, you've got to have that chemistry.
I'm going to put you both on the spot.
Bring it.
You're both, you know, analysis of the greatest level. Are they going to win the Maui?
Yes, I do think they're going to win the Maui. You know, I think in years past, Gonzaga has had a big-time target on their back. But right now they go into Maui, and they're kind of the unknown. They're kind of the afterthought, so to speak, because you're looking at Kansas #1 on the bottom side of the bracket. Purdue, who they face, is ranked #2. Marquette's ranked 4. They were in a dogfight tonight. But then you're also looking at Tennessee's a top 10 team right now. Yeah. Gonzaga's at 11. They're on the outside looking in. And then the other teams, UCLA is a historic program. So I think they're in a good spot where there's no pressure on them going into Maui.
So you think they're flying under the radar? Do you agree with that?
I do not, but I respect your opinion. I think I really value your opinion, and I love when you express your opinion. But no, I do not think they're flying under the radar. And B, I wouldn't expect them to win just because, despite the cohesiveness, I mean, Purdue brings back 4 or 5 starters, including the Player of the Year. You go up and down that the teams that are there. It's going to be challenging, but more importantly, they're going to have some hiccups along the way. You know, you're not going to go undefeated, and that's a really tough environment. So I'm going to go the opposite direction. But again, I really value your opinion.
Yeah, well, I value yours as well. But I think it's going to be a tremendous learning experience whether they follow my prediction or yours.
There we go.
Greg, how about you?
I think they're going to win it, and I think they can run the table. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it from Zagville to McCarthy Athletic Center. Gonzaga 123, Eastern Oregon 57. Hey, why not? I asked the question, why not? Good night, ladies and gentlemen.